Tigers, Bulldogs, Saints. Welcome to DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Hey, good morning from DeKalb Middle School. It is DC Blitz. We're just a few minutes late, and sorry about that, but, sometimes I think the middle school don't like us. We've had some technical things going on this morning, but we're here, and boy, do we have a packed show today. We're calling this Saints Saturday. We've got Lady Saints soccer head coach Justin Noakes and several of his players. They'll be joining us here in just a little bit. We've got DeKalb County High School cheerleaders that are going to be joining us in a little bit. We've got Chloe Boyd, the winner of the district tournament for the Lady Tiger golf team. And we've got the Saints Conference Championship team that'll be coming a little bit later as well. Coach Justin Poteet and some of his players. So, y'all, I'm excited about today's show.
Absolutely, big show.
Big show. So let's go back and let's talk a little Saints. We got Casey Midget joining us this morning, and Casey's been on cloud nine since Thursday night, and trying to dry himself out from all the rain he stood out in. But what's it been like as a parent, as a supporter of the program? How have you felt these last couple of days?
I had a buddy text me the other day about it, and I think he had the best line I've ever heard. He said, how appropriate was it that the two most undefeated teams, the two best teams in the conference, met and got to play each other, went to 4 overtimes, and did it all in a hurricane. So, that was about the best I could think of.
Well, it definitely, the weather did not cooperate a whole lot, but I don't think any of the kids minded at the end of the night.
No, looking into that game, Avery Trace came in with such an air attack. That's what they built their team around. If you think about it, Avery Trace's middle school team was totally opposite of what most other middle school teams base theirs on. Take the Saints, for example. We're a run-based team, and we throw in a pass every now and again to just throw you off the scent as much as anything. And you could do that with, receivers like Rocky and Levi that were consistently able to catch those balls. But Avery Trace was totally opposite of that. They came into the game with a quarterback who looks to pass first and then run. And that's what they did to start the game. They were airing it out, and it was early in the game, and you could tell as that game went on, the rain started playing a factor in that because the rain picked up, and that ball became slippery. And from my vantage point there on the sideline, you could see those balls. He was hitting those guys in the hands, and they were not able to haul those things in.
Do you feel like the rain benefited the Saints? And again, I go back, we're not playing on a regular grass surface. It was turf. Now, turf gets slick, but it didn't get muddy and slow anybody down. But do you still think that benefited the Saints?
It absolutely did. Not in any way that really had to change their offense in any way, but it forced Avery Trace to start running that ball. And if you notice, they did, especially in the overtime periods. In the fourth quarter, their quarterback, that dude, he is an athlete, man. I'm telling you, I don't know why he wasn't running the ball more all during the season than what he was. And so you could tell that was something that the Saints had prepared for that, but they were not expecting as much of that. And they made some great adjustments, come in, and finally were able to slow that kid down. I mean, lots of credit to him and that team. But the plain simple fact of the matter is what we have been saying all season long is this is the most underrated team in that conference.
Yeah.
It didn't matter how many games they won, how many points they won by, how few points they allowed the other team to score. They were still underrated. And frankly, if you looked outside of DeKalb County, there wasn't many people that thought DeKalb was going to come in there and have a chance. I was telling the story earlier this morning. I just think it's hilarious. We were walking in, and there was a God bless them, just root for your team, But we had an Avery Trace fan come in, And he met one of our parents and didn't know each other, was walking in and seen that, he's wearing Saint stuff. And he looked at him and he said, I just hope it ain't another blowout. Well, God bless you, brother. You got your wish. That's all I can tell you. So,
What was the mood like on the sideline throughout the game?
hysteria.
Really?
I mean, it was unbelievable. From the coaches to the players to the fans, it was hysteria down there. I think everybody understood the moment, if that makes sense. Such a big moment for DeKalb County. And let's face it, we don't get a ton of championships here.
Sure.
Because we're a smaller county.
Right.
You take Avery Trace, for example. Those kids expect to be the champions every single year, and they should. If you look at population size of schools, they're 3 times bigger than anybody else that's in that conference. So they have a bigger pool of kids to choose from, and so, of course, they think they're going to win each year. Whereas these smaller counties like us, you kind of go through cycles, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so, especially, maybe not so much in baseball. Baseball has been very consistent over the years. But every other sport, it seems like you're building up to a cycle.
Right.
Last year was an improvement over the year before. And you could see towards the end of last year, once those 7th graders really started taking hold of and taking a lot of playing time, you could tell that there was promise there. And, in the back of your mind, you think, there's really a shot that they have to do this thing next year. So you get into this year and you start off with Fentress County, who is perennially in the top 2 or 3 teams in the conference. They are just a hard-nosed, tough team to play. If you remember in 2018, that's who the Saints played to become the champions then. So you start off with them and you think, boy, this is a test right here. You just don't know, really, that first game. And for them to come in and beat them, now it was an ugly game, okay, really ugly. But everybody that watched it, any player, any coach will tell you that was self-inflicted ugly. It was things that just – they didn't do anything to stop us. We did all the stuff to stop us. But to still be able to overcome that and shut that team out 8-0, that told me this team is for real this year. And then you fast forward to the Macon County game. The Macon County game is always, we go up there. You can go to Siberia quicker than you can get to Lafayette, I think.
Yes, you can.
Every year you drive up there and you sit down and you watch. You think it's the high school team that's coming out to play. They're always so huge, and they always have athletes in the backfield. And for them to shut that team out, to me, may have been the most impressive game of the whole season. And so you fast forward to that night. You're building on those milestones that you've already set in that season. And I don't know if the coaches, I don't know if the fans or even the players, if they really deep down said, there is no way we're losing this game.
Yeah.
But, buddy, I'll tell you what, for that team to come into that game and then think to that first drive where Avery Trace took it straight down the field, when you have that happen, you have a decision to make. You're either going to roll over and you're going to say, hey, it's just not meant to be. What a great season. We made it this far. Yeah. Congratulations, everybody. Or you take that other path that the Saints did that said, oh, no, now it's our turn.
Yeah.
And to overcome what they did, they drove down that field. Yes, Gavin turned the ball over, okay? And people were asking me after that, were you concerned after that? And I said, absolutely not, because they proved to themselves right then that they weren't, just unbeatable. They weren't invincible, anything like that, that they were able to drive on that team. And for them to just respond and to come back and keep that game I mean, it was probably the best middle school game I have ever personally watched.
It definitely was, for me, one of the best football games that I've seen, and probably right at the top of the ones I've called. And, Coach, I think you'd feel the same way about that.
Gordonsville, Smith County went into 2 or 3 overtimes just a few years ago, but I've never seen been a part of one that went 4, and that's just pins and needles, and every play is crucial. And then you have the penalties that kind of go along with it. So, absolutely, without a doubt, I don't care what level. That was the best football game that I've seen.
We got more Saints talk coming up during the program. We're kind of running behind schedule this morning, and we're going to try to get as many folks in as quickly as we can. So we're going to go ahead and sneak a break in here. Casey, come back with us for the Saints football segment a little later. I know you want to talk with some of these players just like we do, so stick around for that, folks. When we come back, we're going to talk some Lady Saints soccer. This is DC Blitz, and we're presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Teamwork, accountability, honesty, showing respect, dependability. These are all qualities that I began learning as an athlete growing up in DeKalb County. Hi, this is Tennessee Assistant Golf Coach Payne Denman. Whenever you're looking for a teammate that has your back, look no farther than my friend Grant James and the team at DeKalb County Insurance. They can help out with all your business, auto, home, life, or Medicare insurance needs. Give them a call today at 615-597-0660 or visit them at www.decabinsurance.net. Tell them I sent you, and as always, go Vols.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at decabtitle.com.
The owner and many technicians at Home Surveillance have a background in law enforcement, so we understand your concern for your family's safety and your business need for security. Home Surveillance provides sales and installation of security cameras, home theater and surround sound, church and business live streaming, networking solutions, new construction pre-wiring, and more. Visit our website for more information, homesurveillance.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Bad Boy tractors are born from the legendary Bad Boy mowers from 20 to 35 horsepower, subcompact to midsize. Bad Boy combines power, performance, comfort, and as always, builds strength to deliver the workhorse dependability you need to get the job done and done right. Homeowner, landscaper, or rancher, there's a Bad Boy tractor for you to work with an attitude. Find your Big Boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, We're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Well, hey there, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit. Man, we are offering a new speed and agility training program with me this fall. It's going to be October 26th through November 23rd. That's the Saturday to Saturday. We're going to be looking at 9 training sessions total, some on Tuesday and Thursday through the week. You can check more info there at the gym. We are going to do a price discount if you pay for all of the training sessions up front. Man, I am looking forward to spending time with all these young athletes. We're looking at mainly middle school and high school athletes of any sport. I know feet and I know quickness, and I can help you achieve the full potential that you have, that God has given you. And we want to make you the best athlete you can for whatever sport possible. Again, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit.
Get more information by visiting Vitality Fit on Facebook or Instagram, or check out their website, vitalityfittn.com.
This is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. Tom, Coach Vance, and Coach Noakes. Coach Justin Noakes joining us from the DeKalb Middle School soccer team, and 3 of his young lady players are here. Evelyn Torres, Reagan Williams, Zuli Beltran. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. We're just we're honored to be here. We're honored to share today's show with some champions. Congratulations to the DMS football team and the coaches, cheerleaders, managers, everybody involved. It was so cool to see the school come together.
Yep.
These are my students out there competing in a 4 overtime game in a hurricane, as Casey mentioned. And that's just awesome for all those involved. The coaches and all the players have been working so hard at practice. Just wanted to say congratulations to them before we get started with some soccer here.
And you know what? Y'all got next, because it's postseason time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the tournament starts this week, Justin, and kind of give us a rundown, if you would, who y'all are playing and how it's going to work.
Right. So we finished third place out of 12 teams. We had a 7-1 loss and 3 tie record. So we competed with everybody. The 2 teams above us were Prescott and at second and Macon County at first. We tied both of them. So we feel like we can compete really with anybody. The team that got us is Avery Trace, and it just so happens we're playing them on Monday. So it's kind of a revenge match. They had a play. There was several teams that had a play-in game Friday last night in the rain. So we didn't have to do that. We got to sit and rest. And Avery Trace barely beat Jackson County 3-1. So that was a battle for them. And then they've got to turn around and try to play us on Monday. So I'm hoping that'll help us out.
I know a lot that gets made of this and professional sports and stuff having a bye, so to speak. Is it better to not have to play that play-in game and rest up for Monday, or is it sharpen you up a little bit if you have to play a first-round game?
I don't know. If you ask the Atlanta Braves, they may have a different answer from last season. But I really think in that case, we've played a ton of games. Middle school girls, playing 14, 15 games. They're pretty tired at this point, right?
Yeah.
That's a big field they're running around on, no timeout. So I think that's going to be a big advantage not to have to play on Friday in those conditions as well. We're coming healthy and ready to go, hopefully Monday night.
Well, we wish you the best. We're looking forward to it. And you finished the season strong, 3 wins in a row to wrap things up. Stone Memorial, Smith County, and Jackson County, and you give up only 1 goal during the duration of those 3 games. And we talk about this a lot. Are you kind of peaking at the right time? Is everything coming together like you wanted?
I mean, those teams solid. Those teams have been giving some people fits, and I really think we are kind of gelling here at the end. And that's something to be proud of, with our goals. We've only let 8 goals in all season.
Wow.
And behind Evelyn Torres and the defense, and Taylon and Cora from the last show, and Allison Florida and Haley Gutierrez. We got a good defensive core back there.
Coach, jump in here, and know you got some questions to pass along.
I do. One thing I was going to talk about, and you just touched on it. Have you peaked? Is there room for improvement? Can you get better going into the tournament?
You always hope to get better, right? Middle school level, we're trying to, like the DMS team bring home a trophy, but we want to keep getting better too, at the end of the day to prepare for, next year and Coach K's group. So we hope to continue getting better because we're going to play some tough teams up here ahead. And Avery Trace is definitely one of those on Monday night.
You talk about it being a long season and legs being tired. Mm-hmm. What's your depth like? How many players do you normally play in a game? That obviously varies. As a coach, varies the situation. We've got some really good pieces coming off the bench. Daphne Delgado comes off. She's first one usually. And Audrey Brookshire comes and helps on the defensive side. And then Madison Keaton, she'll come score you a goal off the bench if needed. So, I'm running probably 15, 16 pretty regularly at times, and everybody kind of knows their rotations, at this point of the season. Hey, coaches take me out for a breather, not because I did something wrong, right?
Well, let's go ahead, Coach.
Not to be too specific. Will you tweak anything going into the tournament?
We have. We've seen Avery Trace, and not to give away too much, but we've tweaked, and talked about more or less game scenarios. If we're up in the, second half, hopefully that's the case. If we're down, what are we going to do? And kind of change things up. That's all I'm willing to kind of give away.
No, we're not giving away any secrets this morning. We're not going to do that. Right. We're all about helping you win, and that's we're going to be on board and get to a championship game. We'll broadcast that too. All
right. We've done soccer before.
Yeah. We will. So and it's a lot better when you can see it. By the way, on the radio, it's kind of hard for me to describe it to the point you can really see it, but. We'd love to do that. Let's talk to our players. I want to start with Evelyn Torres because I've heard about your defense all year, and I actually got a chance to see it last week in y'all's game against Smith County. In a lot of sports, people want to play offense. They want to score. That's the big thing. What makes you take pride in defense? Do you really just embrace that role as the lockdown defender?
Yeah, I do. It's a very fun opportunity to have. Very happy to be able to play there and help the defense.
Now, Mr. Tom, she could play anywhere, right?
Yeah.
She's one of those, and I wanted to put her up front at top, and then, as the, scrimmages progressed, like, okay, we're going to need her back. She scored 5 goals as a defender, so that's pretty unheard of.
Yeah.
Coming up when needed. So, she's one of those that could plug and play anywhere, and, like you said, defense don't get the accolades.
Sure.
And she's like, okay, whatever is better for the team, coach, I'll do. And that's what she's doing a great job of.
Evelyn, what's one thing you're always watching for as a defender?
I'm always watching on how they're like if they're going to take the ball or dribble it, because if you were to dribble the ball, that way you would know, watch the mistakes they're making so you can grab the ball and clear it out. All
right. So that kind of gets you in the mindset there of what you're looking for. And how important is it for that defensive line? You're the line of defense ahead of the goalkeeper, right? Mm-hmm. So how important is communication between y'all on that defensive line?
It's very important because if we don't have communication, the ball could roll right past you, and that would be trouble for the goalie. Mm-hmm. And we need to have communication to know who's going to have the ball, who's going to clear it out.
And now I think Coach said y'all have given up 8 goals the entire season. Mm-hmm. That's pretty remarkable. How does that make you feel as far as being a defender, kind of locking it down that you've only surrendered 8 goals during 11 matches? Mm-hmm. That's amazing. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel very good because it helps us know that we're doing our job and protecting the goal.
Well, y'all have definitely been doing that, and more great games ahead, I know. So Reagan Williams, we're going to talk to you. Reagan, what position you play?
Center mid.
Okay. What's some of your responsibilities in that role?
I usually as center mid, you have to see the field and kind of play make where the ball goes. So you can't just really kick it up there and hope something happens. You kind of have to give through balls, or you have to dribble it. You have to make the right decision for the play.
How difficult is it? Because, in watching the game, and I'm still learning the game myself, but you've always got a defender basically right in your hip pocket. How difficult is it to kind of navigate?
It is pretty difficult, but with your wingers and your striker up there, they help a lot with the defense coming at you.
I want to go and kind of break down, as you're looking to set up to score a goal, can you kind of walk me through the process of what you're looking for, who you're looking at, and how all that kind of works?
So Coach Noakes usually has us pass it up to the wingers, and then they put it back in the middle at the top. And usually if I try to score, I just try to look for either one of the corners in the goals, and I try not to hit any of the defenders because I've definitely done that before.
Have you ever hit a referee?
I think I have.
Did it make you feel bad? Okay, well, some people it probably wouldn't make them feel too bad, I would guess. So, what's the maybe the one goal that you scored that really stands out in your memory? Is there one that you just really remember?
One I scored against White County on our day game. I wouldn't really say I scored it, but I was kicking a corner, and it kind of just went in the goal. So I was very happy about that because I've never done that before.
And how was that atmosphere at the day game? I bet that was fun having all the students there, right?
It was great. It was definitely put a lot of pressure on you since your whole school was watching you.
Yeah.
But we scored, the game was 5-0, so everybody was really excited about that.
I bet that was really a fun atmosphere. Zuli Beltran's our other guest. And Zuli, what position you play?
Striker.
She's a striker. All right. What's the responsibilities of a striker?
Get the ball to up there.
Just get the ball up there. It's in position to score, right?
Yeah, I usually pass it to the wingers.
Okay. Do you ever get to score?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like? Is that a lot of fun?
Yeah. What's
the feeling like when you get a goal in a big game, especially like if you're playing at a conference game and you get a big goal? What's that feel like?
Feels good.
You love it?
Yeah.
That's got to be a great feeling, Coach. I know you've got some. You've been around the game of soccer quite a bit, and you've got some questions.
I have, and Evelyn, we'll start with you. Every time we talk with Coach Noakes, we talk soccer. It's always about this defense. What is your biggest concern as a defender?
I'd say it's when my biggest concern is when we're not they're not moving their rotation, and they're not knowing where to go, and making sure that we're not stabbing at the ball because it could go right past you.
Right, and brag on yourself a little bit. Soccer skill, what's your best one? What are you best at?
Probably taking the ball away from someone.
Taking the ball that day, and that's why we're the defensive player that we are. Reagan, you are more like a point guard as a center mid. So your opportunity to score, even though you've scored 5 goals or whatever, that's not your primary job, is it?
No.
So Coach has talked about, and you've talked about getting it outside, and then what's your responsibility once that happens?
Once it goes outside to the wingers or even the outside mids, usually I just try to stay in the middle in case the ball comes back, and if that happens, I just try to shoot and score.
And you're also in that position that you're going to roam the entire field. You're going to go from box to box. Defensively, what's your responsibility? How do you help Evelyn?
I try to help the defense by usually if they get the ball away from somebody that's coming down there, I try to be the first one to get it, so they're all their work that they just try to get it up the field doesn't go to the other team.
Zuli, you are the striker, one of the strikers. How many goals have you scored this season?
I've scored every conference game except 2.
So do you know how many goals she scored?
I don't. I don't. And that's what, you're like, how's the coach not know?
When it's so many, you can't keep up, Coach.
Yeah, it's a lot to keep up with. And that's what we talk about, who scored, who got the assist. Those are great things. But it takes a team to do it. And that's what we've got here, a great team, because, Zuli's put in some, Reagan's put in some, Evelyn, Hannah Tobit, Maddie. We've got 5-6 people that can put it in the back of the net.
And that's a luxury.
That's a luxury. That's not something that we've had. We've had some great teams over the Lady Saints years and had great players. Cough, cough, Carly Vance. But we've had some great teams over the years, and this is definitely one to up at the top too.
Awesome.
In that conversation for sure.
So Zuli, when the ball is on the outside and they're going to give you those crosses back into the middle, what is it that you're watching? Are you paying attention to the goalkeeper and where she is? More concerned about settling the ball and then putting it in the net? What's your thought?
I try to like as she said, put it in the corners, more Sometimes it doesn't work, but like I just like look for like the defenders that they're not on me, and if they're on me, I drop it back to Reagan. She scores.
Okay, last question I've got. Who is the PK person? Who's the PK go-to? That's how she scored her goals?
That's how she scored some of them, yeah.
The expert.
The expert.
That's fabulous. You've got to have that go-to.
We started something called the Good Health Family Clinic, Student Athlete of the Week, and for our second week, we were going to have Evelyn here last week, but the award didn't get here. The award got here this week. I have more bad news. And we're going to go ahead and present the award to you, Evelyn. But we got another one on the way because they misspelled your name, and I'm pretty I'm pretty on point with stuff like that. I don't want to, I want to make sure we get everything right. But today we're going to go ahead and present this to you. Then we'll get the corrected one, and you can use this for target practice or whatever you'd like. But on behalf of Good Health Family Clinic and DC Blitz, congratulations for being our Week 2 winner of our Student Athlete of the Week award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well earned, and I'll tell you what, I think she had more votes than with our fan poll than anybody we've had so far throughout the course of the show, and that's saying a lot.
She's got a big fan base for sure.
She does. She proved it with that vote. It was phenomenal. Coach, ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to be following you through the postseason. We're going to have you back, of course, and like I said, keep it going, and never know, we might show up to do one of the matches if we get down
Give
the
us the opportunity.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Monday night,
get it there.
Come on out to Clark Field, 6 o'clock. We're going to play Avery Trace. Hopefully can do what Colin Darnell and the rest of those boys did to Avery Trace, Monday night.
All right.
Maybe it won't be 4 overtimes, but
yeah, well,
we'll take it. We'll do whatever we need to do.
Whatever it takes to win, for sure.
Right.
Coach Justin Noakes and Evelyn Torres, Reagan Williams, Zuli Beltran, our guests here on DC Blitz. We got some cheerleader talk when we come back. We got Chloe Boyd coming up, and we've got the Super Saints right around the corner. A packed show here on DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Unrivaled service and practical advice from Jeff and Grant James at DeKalb County Insurance. With auto, homeowners, life and annuities, property and liability, Medicare supplement, and business policies available. Receive seriously good insurance with great coverage and prices. DeKalb County Insurance is an independent agency that shops multiple carriers, such as Erie, Allstate, Travelers, State Auto, Progressive, and many more. Call today for a quote. DeKalb County Insurance, 615-597-0660.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Tennessee Fleet provides automotive sales and installation of equipment, lighting, vinyl, graphics, accessories, and more. Some of our services include sales and installation of vehicle graphics and decals, car audio, custom wheels and tires, storefront window wraps, fleet and commercial equipment, car, boat, and ATV accessories. Learn more about the services offered at Tennessee Fleet by visiting our website, TennesseeFleet.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Trust Love Cantrell Funeral Home to guide you through with respect and professionalism. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real easy. On the farm, the ranch, or even around the house, Bad Boy tractors deliver power and durability all day, every day. Bad Boy tractors work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
Hit them up. Saturday morning at DeKalb Middle School, it is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance. We have got Coach Jennifer Sykes and 3 members of her DCHS football cheer squad. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
They was all worried about getting their earrings stuck in the headset.
I don't even wear them anymore.
We sure are just proud that you joined us this morning, got up early and everything. Jennifer, going to start with you and talk about your squad this year and some of the things you really like about this group of girls.
Well, this is my first year taking this squad as head coach, so they're a really great bunch of girls. These 3 are 3 of our seniors. One of them couldn't be here today because she also does cross country.
Okay.
So they're at a meet today. But we've got 17 kids total, 1 boy, 16 girls. They're just a really great group of kids. They mesh really well together. Some of them like to have a good time. And it's just a fun little group of kids. We don't do any competitions on this particular squad. We just cheer for the football team. But they work really hard. They have a lot of ideas. We're trying to push through for this season. It's been an interesting season, especially with homecoming, and then of course this past week has been a pretty similar event to homecoming. But we've enjoyed it so far, and I've got to coach them.
What's something people may not know about preparation, some of the work that go? I know there's a tremendous amount of work in what you do, but what's something maybe people don't know or really appreciate enough?
Well, really the amount of athleticism that has to go into this, core strength for sure. These kids are a lot stronger than what you would think. The coordination, of course, plays a big part of it, but we worked a little bit this summer on preparation, proper technique with squatting. There's a lot of technique that goes into things that these girls have to be able to do correctly in order to do the stunts that they do.
Sure.
They do go to camp in the summer and, of course, learning the cheers and chants, but a big part of it is focusing on stunts and tumbling. I feel like it's something that takes a lot of their time. Band chants, we have to prepare with the band and spend time there to learn different things they've got. And I feel like that covers most of what we do.
It's a lot of time involved, though.
It's a lot of time. We practice 2 days a week in the summer, really they start in the spring 2 days a week, and then all the way through we still are practicing 2 days a week.
How long?
Run out signs, that's been a fun. Run out signs, that takes time.
How long does it kind of take to get the routine down? And I'm sure you're getting better as the season goes along, obviously, but just to kind of get it to where you want it for Friday Night Football, how long does that kind of take?
Well, we practice all the way through. Of course, this is my first year. I did not take over until mid-July. But typically, we would start in the spring, and the spring starts learning all the cheers. So that way, whenever we get ready for the football games, it's easier and not as stressful on the kids. But we really begin in the spring.
Wow.
To get ready, yeah.
There's a lot of time invested, certainly. And
Yes, sir.
we're going to talk to three of our cheer squad members, Caroline Crook, Macy Anderson, and Annabella Dacus. And Caroline, we'll start with you. And what do you find to be the most difficult thing about being part of the cheer squad?
I would probably say how Miss Jennifer was talking about the stunts. I feel like there is a lot of technique that goes with it that we had to improve on this year because we do have the strength, but we don't know how to execute it as well. So I feel like we've made a pretty good improvement with the stunts throughout the season.
This group of girls, what do you like about it? What kind of draws you together in terms of camaraderie, I guess? I mean, is there a bond there between you all?
There for sure is a bond. A few are more silly, I would say, than the others. Yeah. But
freshmen.
Yeah, and that sophomore group, they're a crazy group. But I feel like we all have a good bond. There's no cliques. I feel like me, Annabella, Macy, any of the girls, we can go to another and it wouldn't be awkward. There's friendships throughout every grade.
And that's got to be important because,
Yes.
just like a football team, you're a team.
Yes.
So you've got to have that kind of bond together to do that. Do you spend any time away from cheerleading together doing things? And what are some things that you're interested in doing when you do?
During the summer, sometimes after practice we'll go and hang out or we go to Annabella's and we'll swim and anyone comes, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We might go to Cookville. Everyone just, where our friendship and the bond's so good, everyone just does
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
All right.
So what are some of your favorite traditions that you have done since your freshman year that maybe have came from past that you do on game day or to get ready for game day?
I don't know, traditions. I feel like I didn't do it my freshman year, but I know these girls, y'all would go to the Addie's house and
Yeah,
get
we went
ready.
our freshman year, the seniors, the Addie roller and Addie bucket, they would take us and they would help us get ready because we were just freshmen. We had no idea what we were doing. And they were like, let me help you out a bit. And I was like, okay. So a lot of people will do that now, just continue to take in the underclassmen and help them out and just, help them get ready and stuff.
Yeah. What are some of the things y'all like to do? What is your favorite chant, dance? Do you like dance, chants, tumbling, stunts?
I like band chants.
I like dances and stunts and tumbling. That's what I like.
My favorite is definitely dancing.
How long now? I know Annabelle and Caroline. I'm sorry, I don't know Macy as well. I know y'all have taken gymnastics and stuff. How long have y'all prepared to be cheerleaders in high school?
I have been enrolled in gymnastics since I was 4 years old.
I think I started about that age. I was really little. I honestly don't remember. I just remembered my entire life I've done it. So,
Caroline?
I was little. I don't know the age.
Yeah.
But
So is the gymnastics, did that lead you into cheer?
Yes.
Or is I want to put this forward in school in some way, and so cheer is the best way to express it?
I did gymnastics when I was little and at Victory, and there was a point where I was starting to join that team there, and then I heard about Infinity, and it was competitive cheer, and I was like, oh my gosh, Mom, I have to do this. I have to go. You don't understand. I have to do it. And I think we all did junior pro, and it just started us out, but gymnastics is definitely a good fundamental thing to have. It just helps with technique and tumbling, and so much strength comes from gymnastics. So, yeah.
I know Coach Sykes said you're not doing competitions this time. I can remember when we were in school, Miss Waltine Parker.
Yes.
They had it was a big deal to be the basketball cheerleader, and they did a lot of competitions. Do you miss that you're not getting to do competitions, or are y'all on competitive cheer squads?
We are for
we're basketball.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. But I feel like I'm on the basketball team, but I'm doing the basketball competitive cheer. So,
gee, Caroline, you have time to go hang out with anybody.
No, not really. But yeah, I feel like with the competitive cheer, it helps prepare you. For football cheer too. There's so many different things to do. It's a completely different world though.
Yeah.
I didn't do competitive cheer when I was little, but I did gymnastics, and it's a whole different world. And finding ways to adapt is really
it's a big change.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more like quick, and you gotta just get it done and know what you're doing and
placements and very like precise and specific things you have to do during like a routine.
Do any of you plan to go on and cheer in college?
Annabella, maybe not me.
I want to.
You don't have time to.
I have thought about it. I want to. Yeah.
Any schools you're interested in going to?
I've thought about Tech. I've thought about UTK.
I'll go with UTK.
Yeah. I love it. That's go Vols.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's just some thoughts. Yeah.
Macy?
I've thought about doing dance in college, but not cheerleading. Dance is my favorite part of cheer.
Okay.
And
That's awesome.
I think I'd have more time and more fun if I did dance.
I want to know something. Thursday night when it's pouring down rain and you're out there having to be peppy and happy and get the crowd fired up, and it was an ugly football game on top of that. What's that like for you? I mean, are you just like, can we hurry up and get out of here now?
It's as fun as you make it.
At first.
It's as fun as you make it.
How do you make it fun in that situation?
Well, you just got to have me and Madeline. I think that was one of our favorite games we've had this year. I don't know why. We just kind of acted. It was just fun, and we acted crazy. We tried to be as positive as we could, but like towards the end of the game, I was getting a little cold.
Yeah.
Those
That's when it got
jackets-
kind of miserable. Yeah.
Those rain jackets we have. Miss
Not rain
Jennifer,
jackets.
next year,
Yeah.
like mine is sitting in my car still soaking wet.
I was
wow.
told. I was told we have ponchos, and I think we all thought they were ponchos. These girls, I found out also before the game, they've never been at a game where it rained.
Yeah.
So we had them in the gym. I said, keep your things in the gym. And halftime, we came back in for the ones who wanted to, and I had girls drying their poncho, so to speak, under the dryer. And I said, what are you doing? And it was drenched. And But I was proud of them because, like I said, before the game is the first time I knew they'd never cheered in the rain. And I said, unless it's a torrential downpour, we're staying. And I really kind of expected to get a few questions of when are we going to leave, but never once. They stayed out there and
that's awesome.
Stayed cheering on for their Tigers.
Yeah,
I was proud
in the
of them.
rain.
We're just a bunch of
had a
kids looking at the
blast.
student section, and they're all in the rain, and we're just like, yeah.
We had a big student section.
We
for
did.
the
A lot of
rain.
people showed up. Half of them left, but it's okay.
Cap seems to have an awesome student section.
We do. Shout out student section.
Absolutely,
They're great.
and that seems to that has to help what you're doing because it
does.
You get them fired up, and
definitely.
I guess it's reciprocal.
So does the band.
I was about to say, shout out to the band.
Shout out
They're
them too.
amazing.
Our band is
They
were
make
great.
the game. I'm telling you.
We're gonna have some band folks, and we may have to get some student section.
Yes,
on the show.
do it.
That would be wild. That'd be fun.
We
That'd
might
be a
have
lot
to
of
get
fun.
your input on who to ask because
I
I
got
know
Caleb Gray.
Caleb
He
Gray.
would be one of them.
because there's always that kid. I know at the Saints game, I'm just speaking from it. There was a guy with a megaphone, like a caught megaphone, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "You can have that."
They
and
go
like
all
he
out.
was like, "Let's go, yell defense," and I was like, "Somebody needs to get one over there. Somebody needs to get
They for sure go all out. Every game, it's something new, something different they bring or say. You never know with them.
Well, that's awesome because I mean, I'm sure it helps you as cheerleaders because you have some crowd response, but I know it helps the team along as well because when you've got somebody hyping you up a little bit, it gets you over some of those turnovers or
fumbles
or knowing they got your back and they're with you. Mm-hmm.
Well, ladies, we appreciate you joining us. One of the reasons we started the show was to cover all sports in DeKalb County. I don't think you all get enough credit for all the hard work you put in. That's why we wanted to come out and talk about the things that you do, the work you put in, because it's a lot of time and effort. And we appreciate what you do, and thank y'all for coming out this morning.
Thank
you very much.
Coach Jennifer Sykes and squad members Caroline Crook, Macy Anderson, and Annabella Dacus. Joining us here on the DC Blitz, we got Chloe Boyd coming up next, and the Saints are right around the corner. This is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Teamwork, accountability, honesty, showing respect, dependability. These are all qualities that I began learning as an athlete growing up in DeKalb County. Hi, this is Tennessee assistant golf coach Payne Denman. Whenever you're looking for a teammate that has your back, look no farther than my friend Grant James and the team at DeKalb County Insurance. They can help out with all your business, auto, home, life, or Medicare insurance needs. Give them a call today at 615-597-0660 or visit them at www.decabinsurance.net. Tell them I sent you, and as always, go Vols.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Did you know that Holmes Group Incorporated is a collection of 4 different LLC businesses? These include Home Services, offering dump truck deliveries of rock, dirt, and other materials, excavation, septic pumping, porta potty rentals, and more. Ignite HVAC Electrical and Plumbing, a full-service 24/7 train dealer for all your heating and cooling, electrical and plumbing needs. Home Surveillance, cutting-edge home and business security camera systems. And Tennessee Fleet, offering vinyl graphics, storefront wraps, all things imaginable in automotive accessories such as custom wheels and tires, automotive audio and aftermarket equipment, and much more. Find out more about Holmes Group and our partner businesses by visiting our website, holmesgroupinc.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that this life is a journey filled with highs and lows. Just as every game has its final whistle, so too does every life have its final moment. When that time comes, Love Cantrell Funeral Home would love the opportunity to earn your trust. We provide compassionate care and professional services to fit your family's financial needs. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding comfort in the time of sudden loss, we're here to support you every step of the way. Love Cantrell Funeral Home has been a proud sponsor of all DeKalb County athletics for over 65 years. Love Cantrell Funeral Home, where love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Smithville FBC is proud to support DC Blitz and all DeKalb sports. We have a place for you to call home on Sunday mornings and Wednesday night. We have nursery available. Pre-K through 5th graders are welcome to join Faith Kids. 6th through 12th graders are welcome to join FBC students, and everyone's outside of that is welcome to join all of our adult ministries. We meet Wednesday nights at 6, and Sunday morning small groups begin at 9 with worship at 10. Join us at Smithville FBC. It's a place to call home.
Want a mower that's tough enough to break all the rules? Want everything without sacrificing anything? Want performance for the long haul at an unbeatable value? The perfect balance of power and performance? You want a bad boy mower. Packed with power, muscle, simplicity, and comfort the pro and you demands. It's your time. You deserve a bad boy. Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. Find your big boy mower at Southern Landscape Supply, 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Well, hey there, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit. Man, we are offering a new speed and agility training program with me this fall. It's going to be October 26th through November 23rd. That's the Saturday to Saturday. We're going to be looking at 9 training sessions total, some on Tuesday and Thursday through the week. You can check more info there at the gym. We are going to do a price discount if you pay for all of the training sessions up front. Man, I am looking forward to spending time with all these young athletes. We're looking at mainly middle school and high school athletes of any sport. I know feet and I know quickness, and I can help you achieve the full potential that you have, that God has given you. and we want to make you the best athlete you can for whatever sport possible. Again, this is Coach Abram Edwards with Vitality Fit.
Get more information by visiting Vitality Fit on Facebook or Instagram, or check out their website, vitalityfittn.com.
We're covering everything this morning. We've gone football, soccer, cheerleading. Now we're going to talk golf, and we're going to come back to football. We got everything going on today. It's DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance, and we have the district golf champion with us this morning, Chloe Boyd. Chloe, good morning.
Morning.
It's good to have you with us today, and I know you got to be excited to have won the district tournament, but at the same time, I'm sure you're looking forward to the region and something called the state tournament, maybe?
Yes, I'm excited because we've been preparing for this for a while. I mean, from the first tournament to districts, I mean, we've been excited to go back to state like last year.
All three of you finished in the top 5 at the district. I mean, was that the expectation that you had going into the tournament, that you all were going to be right up there, all three of you at the top?
Oh yeah, because we've been playing basically everybody in our district for the past season, and I mean, we've beaten every team in our district, and so we knew that we were going to come top 5. And even the boys, I mean, Bradley Hale made it 5th place out of all of the boys. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we had big expectations, and we met those expectations.
Going into region tournament, what changes? There's going to be, I know, different teams. What's the expectations, and who are some of the tough teams and players you're going to be facing?
Really, our expectations are high again, because after looking through everybody who's in our region, I mean, we have a big chance of winning regions. I mean, we beat the second place team in districts by 24 strokes, and then looking at who was in districts, like who were playing in our region, we basically beat them by a large margin again. So our expectations are really high.
Coach, you've been the coach of a team going into region, girls and boys, and what are some of the things that you would prepare them for going to that next level?
And I was going to start off with that because I know that regular season as a coach and our players, we had our routine, we had our practice, and how we were going to do and how much time we were going to spend putting and chipping and working on different irons. When it came tournament time, I shifted gears and we started working on another skill set. Is there a skill set that you were trying to sharpen as you prepare for these postseason tournaments?
There's a lot of skills that I'm trying to sharpen. For the longest time, I was working on my chipping and putting, but now I'm working on approach shots within like 25 yards to 100 yards, because in state, like Sevierville's greens are really big, and you gotta be good at sticking at your targets and hitting shots within that distance, because like how far my drives go, I hit the ball pretty far on my drive. I know I'll be in that range a lot, and so I'm going to try to practice like less than 100-yard shots.
As you have played in different matches, I'm sure there's certain situations and times where you've got a ridiculous lie in a position where you just have to try to think through the smartest play. Things like that, and maybe tree hooked or whatever. Are those some skills that you're unfortunately going to have to try? Like maybe I've got to swing left-handed for this one.
Yes, actually, I used to carry a left-handed club in my bag just in case if I got into those situations, but I couldn't hit it. So, well, I took it back out of my bag. But like there is like certain shots like that I'll have to practice. I mean, in the playoff that I was in for the district tournament, I was behind the green on a downhill lie to a downhill pin with the pin like short-sided to me, like the pin was really close, and I had to try to hit a high shot off of a lie that was like off the side. And yeah, usually whenever I go out to practice, I mean, my dad will just chunk the ball in like the worst lie that you can ever find. We actually just went out to Golden Eagle, and we had to practice out of the vine straw, and my dad put a pine cone like right around my ball, and so I had to learn how to hit out of the trees with the pine cone right there. I mean, those shots come up all the time, and you just have to learn how to deal with them.
So as you approach these tournaments where it might be typically fairway, green, 2-putt, go to the next hole, are there going to be holes where you are going to try to be more aggressive and try to get that birdie or better? And will your score and your positioning in the region tournament dictate how aggressive you are?
Like Kind of. I'm not trying to make birdies most of the time. I try to make as many pars as I can just to keep it like level. But yes, there are a few holes that I can go for and some that I'll lay up on. But like it depends on mostly like where I'm going to put my targets. Because being more aggressive is just like a thing that I like to do. But I won't do it all the time if I'm not playing well that day or if I just have a different mindset. I mean, it'll just all depend on the day mostly.
Where is the region being played?
It's at Golden Eagle Golf Club in Cookeville, Tennessee.
And you're very familiar with Golden Eagle.
I am. We played the Golden Eagle. We played the early bird there at the beginning of the season, the one that I actually came in first again, and which was pretty cool. So I'm very familiar with the course, and I really like their greens there.
So have the girls all gotten together and decided we're going to take the same approach that you just told me, that we're going to go for bars, and if we get an opportunity for a birdie, we're going to do that, and you're thinking more team concept than individual concept?
Yeah, I mean, thinking like team concept, everybody plays different. And so they have their own things. I mean, everybody drives it farther. And so they may want to play more aggressive or they may want to play more conservative. It depends on what they want to do for that day. But as a team, I feel like we're all going to be playing pretty aggressive because we're confident for Monday.
I know the boys that I coached, and there was a girls team that also went to state, but the boys were so confident, not just in their own abilities, but with Payne to anchor this thing and bring it in. In one region, he really had to play well to do that. On the last hole, he got the score that was needed, and off we go to the state for the second time. I know that's a lot of pressure on you, but I just encourage you to, as you've been told and you've been taught, one stroke at a time, and don't look too far ahead and don't look at a scoreboard. Just go out there and play your game, and you'll be fabulous.
Now, I have some questions from the non-golfer. I've played golf before, but it's no. See, I used to could drive it pretty good, so in the scrambles they would always pick me because I got to hit off the women's tees. So and then everything else I just putted first or hit first, and they'd tell me where to hit. But in saying that, I know that you're already speaking of a mental game that most people do not have. Do you, as a team, are y'all playing against someone else and you're not together as a group, or do you get to play in a foursome, like in a group? How does your tournaments kind of work?
So we'll get paired up with another team. Sometimes we'll be paired up with our teammates, depending on how many like girls the other teams have. But it really just, yeah, basically we get paired up with another team depending on if we're in threesomes or twosomes. Sometimes it's threesomes, like on the district tournament we were in threesomes because there was a lot more girls, but if we don't have that many girls on the other team, we'll play in twosomes.
So when you're in the threesome, can you kind of give your teammate help as far as like, or can y'all not, is it strictly you can't talk to anybody else? I mean, you can talk, but you can't.
Yeah, you can talk to them, but like you can't show them where to go. It's just basically like having another opponent there.
Gotcha. So do you have to just prepare yourself mentally? Because we're saying we have a coach, but it sounds like, I mean, like I know in the pros they have the caddy that'll kind of give them directions. You're kind of having to do this all by yourself. I mean, if you're not prepared before you go, you're kind of behind an eight ball already because you don't have anybody to ask questions to.
Yeah.
Do you have to try to rely on what you're seeing your teammate doing as far as a lie, like on your putting greens, as how it rolls, or
it like you have to be prepared before every tournament. Like you prepare by looking at the course, like basically where you want to go, like what the different yardages are, and I'll prepare with my dad before the tournament to see like what the conditions are like, what the weather is going to be like, and it's just you have to be prepared. And during the tournament, I mean, you can watch the other girls, like how they putt, like what the greens look like, what it looks like when they chip, but like you have to be prepared before the tournament knowing everything, and that's where it's tough because like some people won't be as prepared as you, and so you're going to have to rely on what your instincts tell you in the moment if you're in a bad lie or if the greens are a lot more different than you thought. But yeah, you have to be very prepared.
Do you ever want to just, can I ask a question, please? Can I have one question to ask? I mean, because I'm sure you're saying your dad helps you a lot. Do y'all talk about the mental, like, what are you going to do here? And if you have a bad shot, how do you recover? Like, what are some things that you do prepare for that?
I actually have a mental worksheet that I do after every single tournament, every single match that I play. It basically just asks me, like, how was your pairing? Rate that 1 out of, 10. Were you able to keep calm during the day? What would you change different about the day? What would you change about your mental state? And being prepared with mental just kind of, you have to, like, tell yourself you've got this. And I usually listen to music beforehand to make sure I'm calm and ready to go and ready to hit that first tee ball. But yeah, we have to prepare mentally for every tournament.
Now in districts, will there be people on the course watching as you play?
Like districts, we had a couple people play. Like we had a couple people come watch from within the neighborhood. But I'm sure there's probably going to be a little bit more people since like everybody's family is going to be coming, and this is just a high-pressure tournament, so more people will probably come.
So are you going to feed off the crowd, like when you make a good shot and they cheer you on?
I love the pressure. I love people watching. Like, as many people can come to the tournament. I love it. I mean, I was in the Women's Open the beginning of this year, and there was so many people watching. After number 18's green, there was bleachers set up behind the green, and being able to make 2 pars on both days on that green was just insane, and it was just an adrenaline rush seeing everybody there.
That's awesome.
Well, Chloe, we had started something called the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week, sponsored by Good Health Family Clinic, and the very first award that for this award actually goes to you for not just the district tournament, but for the outstanding season you've had. And we want to present that to you this morning. Say congratulations to you. And we just wish you the best of luck. We're going to be following you and the team through the postseason. And we all have confidence you're all going to state again and go win that thing, all right?
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely try. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning. Chloe Boyd of the DeKalb County High School Lady Tiger Golf Team. All right, we got the Super Saints. The football team is joining us next. This is DC Blitz presented by DeKalb County Insurance.
Unrivaled service and practical advice from Jeff and Grant James at DeKalb County Insurance. With auto, homeowners, life and annuities, property and liability, Medicare supplement, and business policies available. Receive seriously good insurance with great coverage and prices. DeKalb County Insurance is an independent agency that shops multiple carriers, such as Erie, Allstate, Travelers, State Auto, Progressive, and many more. Call today for a quote. DeKalb County Insurance, 615-597-0660.
When closing on a new home or piece of property, you want the process to be as smooth as possible. For almost 20 years, DeKalb Title LLC has been helping new property owners in Smithville and DeKalb County through that process promptly and efficiently. As your trusted title expert and closing company, they believe buying or selling real estate should be a joyous occasion, and their team does everything possible to keep it that way. DeKalb Title works to make sure your transaction gets to the closing table and your new property is secure for years to come. Let DeKalb Title help you close and protect your residential, commercial, or new construction transaction today. Call 615-597-2303 or visit them online at DeKalbTitle.com.
Tennessee Fleet provides automotive sales and installation of equipment, lighting, vinyl, graphics, accessories, and more. Some of our services include sales and installation of vehicle graphics and decals, car audio, custom wheels and tires, storefront window wraps, fleet and commercial equipment, car, boat, and ATV accessories. Learn more about the services offered at Tennessee Fleet by visiting our website, TennesseeFleet.com, or give us a call at 615-597-6287.
Just like the excitement of the big game, life is filled with unforgettable moments. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, we understand that when the final moment comes, you want to honor those moments with dignity and care. Whether you're celebrating a life well lived or finding solace in a time of grief, our compassionate staff is here to provide the support you need. Trust Love Cantrell Funeral Home to guide you through with respect and professionalism. Love Cantrell Funeral Home is a proud sponsor of DeKalb County Athletics through 3 generations. At Love Cantrell Funeral Home, love is not only in our name, but also in our services.
Bad Boy Mowers' legendary reputation for strength, performance, and value is now available with Bad Boy tractors. From mid-size to subcompact models powered by 22 to 35 horsepower water-cooled diesel engines, your tractor work just got real easy. On the farm, the ranch, or even around the house, Bad Boy tractors deliver power and durability all day, every day. Bad Boy tractors work with an attitude. Find your big boy tractor at Southern Landscape Supply. 611 Rich Froning Way in Cookeville. Visit them online at thesouthernlandscapesupply.com.
Looking for the perfect property? Town and Lake Realty and Auction is your #1 choice when it comes to DeKalb County real estate. Specializing in lakefront properties, land, and residential real estate, we offer both traditional real estate services and innovative online, live, and simulcast auctions. With over $250 million in closed volume, we're the largest locally owned brokerage firm in the area, providing superior resources, advertising, and expertise. For the best in real estate, trust Town and Lake Realty and Auction to deliver exceptional results. Discover the difference today by visiting townandlake.com or calling 615-215-7653.
Do you work out on a regular basis but just don't feel like you're getting the results that you truly want? Maybe you're on the field, on the court, or you just want that extra edge in speed, strength, or power. Or hey, maybe we just want to feel a little bit more confident in our jeans this fall. I'm Caroline Cantrell, nutrition coach at Vitality Fit, and the reason that you might not be achieving those goals could be related to nutrition. I would love to help you dig deeper into your nutrition goals, create a map for those, and provide the education and the accountability you need to achieve that. I have new client openings available for fall, and I'm also hosting a pre-holiday nutrition event held at our facility on November 16th. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Vitality Fit and Caroline Cantrell Nutrition.
We're calling it Saints Saturday because we are at DeKalb Middle School. We're talking a lot of Saints, and we are all excited for this segment because we're going to talk to the Saints Conference champions this morning. We've got Coach Justin Poteet and Coach Hunter Poteet. They look a little similar. Are they related? Good morning, gentlemen. How are you today? And we've got the bosses here with you as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, good. Probably better than I've been on a Saturday in the last 8 or 9 weeks.
Have you caught up on sleep yet?
A little bit, but just still running off of emotion and stuff like that right now. So,
from an excitement standpoint, I mean, just when the game's over, that last 4th down play, you know you've won the championship. What's going through your mind?
I'm going to be honest. As soon as the game ended, the first thing I looked for was a flag because there was plenty of them that night.
You ain't kidding.
Once I didn't see any of the refs were off, that moment, unexplainable. The joy, the emotion. Can't really tell you what I said, who I hugged, or anything like that. It was kind of like a blur. We've had several moments like that this year, but yeah, just the pure elation. There's not much that compares to that.
You mentioned the penalties, and there were a lot. I think there was 18 combined between the two teams thereabouts. And it's frustrating because there were plays that affected the ball game, affected by penalties. How difficult is it to kind of fight through that? And there were some head-scratching calls. I mean, I know y'all saw it. We definitely did. How frustrating is it trying to coach through that?
Well, for us, very frustrating. Me and Hunter both are very abrasive, very loud. Technically, I'm the head coach, so I'm the only one that's supposed to say anything to a ref. But we weren't raised to be soft-skinned or soft-natured, so if we see something that we think's not right, and I thought there were several. The PI I thought was a little questionable, big play that in a championship game, you want the players to dictate it, not the refs.
Right.
It is difficult. I put us in some holes with my mouth, but that's the way we coach. We're the same way with the players. If they do something we don't like, we're there telling them. Probably not in the nicest way. So it's the same with the refs. You just got to be thick-skinned and stuff like that. It was very frustrating, but I let them know what I thought. I took my penalty, and then we just locked in from there.
And again, going back to that pass interference penalty, Coach and I, Chris, you and I both were just sitting there kind of scratching our heads. What did they tell you what they saw on that?
No, so we have an amazing DB coach, Abram Edwards, who's a heck of a player himself when he played, but he's a heck of a coach too. A weakness I thought in our program the last probably since we've taken over is typically our cornerbacks have been people that we just said, hey, you'll stick your head in there and hit. Go play man-to-man because that's all we do. Well, with Abram, he's working the technicality, the foundational, the footwork, hand placement. So, and we got a penalty on that one as well after, simply because he was asking what dictated the PI call. What did he do that dictated it? And he's not supposed to holler where they can hear. So we got a 15-yard penalty after that. Either as far as what dictated that call, still don't know.
Wow.
Not sure. Watched it on film. Of course, I didn't think it was PI. Who knows? I definitely don't think in that moment on 3rd and 14 that you can bail them out like that. But that's just my opinion.
Hunter, I want to come down to you and talk about the offense. What did you see in the Avery Trace defense? Because I felt like you moved the ball at will all night long.
Yeah, I thought so too. Sorry, my voice is still about gone from Thursday night. But yeah, I thought just up front we were way more physical than they were. And I told Coach, I think we got film on them their second game, maybe. And I told him, I was like, if we meet up with them, we'll be able to run it. And I thought we did successfully.
In terms, again, going back to, and I don't want to harp on penalties all day and night about it, but it does affect your tempo as an offense, and it's frustrating. You had a touchdown call back, things like that. How frustrating is it trying to get your offense in that kind of rhythm and sustain it because of the penalties?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is tough with this group of guys. They just play, though, I mean, from whistle to whistle. So we kind of treat each and every play as a new play. So even I think we was driving down right there. We had like a 70, 80-yard drive, our first drive of the game. Got a holding call. It was like 1st and goal from the 20. Frazier had like an 11 and 12-yard rush and then fumbled.
Right.
However, we were still, that was good to see that we were moving the ball just like I had hoped we would.
I'm going to throw out one more question. I'm going to turn them loose on you. But one thing I asked Casey, what was the atmosphere on the sideline for you all like during the course of the game? It's a championship game. It's a big game. You kind of got to rein the emotions in a little, but you want that. But what was it like for you all on the sidelines throughout the course of the game, with the ups and downs on top of that?
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. I thought the fans came out, the players' parents, major kudos to them because our stands, the visitor sides were full.
Yes, they were.
I mean, it was very loud. And I told my wife, I think when I got home Thursday night, I was like, I turned around at the end of the game after we won, and it just brought tears to my eyes, like how much the town and the parents and just people came out to support us. It was awesome, and y'all being there too, that was a big help. We appreciate y'all.
We appreciate that as well. All right, y'all go at it.
Do you think having 5 officials opposed to the 3 you normally have, is that why you feel like you got some more penalties, 2 more sets of eyes, or?
I think maybe they're just out for us potentially. I don't know.
I honestly think again don't know a whole lot about football, but at one point there was one drive and I was like, they haven't done anything. It was all given to them on flags, and I'm always one of these. I look at my husband. I'm like, how can you call holding? They're always holding somebody. I mean, somebody's always holding somebody. And the pass interference, because Levi's one of my kids, I was like, he didn't even touch him. I was like, I don't know what pass interference is, but he didn't touch him. So.
Yeah, I just thought I requested a 5-man crew. Typically we get 4, just because I knew that Avery Trace was going to spread the ball out sideline to sideline. And I just thought it would, bring more eyes. I do know, 3 of the plays going back, we did, the PI I thought live was not a PI. The offsides, the encroachment they called on Cripps, watching that on DC Blitz, he was not offsides. And just the explanations, in a championship game, you want it to be, you want the players to dictate it. I just felt like it wasn't what it had been throughout the year. And when you let them know about it, it was, well, you can't say nothing or it's going to be 15 yards. And we got several of those. So then it was, you just kind of have to live with it. But, at the end of the day, you got to play regardless. And these kids did a great job of that.
Coach, you come off a first-round playoff win that was intense, I guess is the word for that.
How we can hear you, Casey.
Well, that's intense too, by the way. But you come off a win where you effectively have a trick play that really kind of turns the tide, and then it's, you were able to take total control after that. But that high that you have off of that, knowing that you're going in to play the championship against a team who is also undefeated, who is in lots of respects the total opposite team than you are, and let's be frank, was probably the favorite to win that game. What is it that you do during that week to get your team ready to win that game?
Shoot, man. I mean, you could ask these players right here, who do we take the back seat to? Nobody. That's been the message for 3 years. That's what we've preached all year. And then this week, hey, it's a championship game. There is no tomorrow after this game. We worry about us and what we do, and we're not really worried about anybody else. But at the same time, we truly believe as coaches, we don't take the back seat to anybody. If you're going to put that S on your helmet, then you're going to go out and you're going to get it. Win, lose, or draw, you're going to go out and you're going to play hard. I don't care if we line you up against Cumberland County or we line you up against the high school. Go out there and go after it. And I think that was the difference. I'll be honest, I thought they were a little more athletic than us, a little more speed than us. Their style was completely different. In other respects, I think we were more physical than them. And that's the good thing about football is you put a helmet and shoulder pads on. You don't do that in other sports. So you got to run through us to beat us. At the end of the day, nobody was able to do that this year.
Nobody was able to do it, and really, if you look at it, at least for the majority of the games, you were the undersized team. Avery Trace, I listened to some guys that called for them, and I don't know what they were thinking. They said that we were the bigger team, which, okay. I guess we were playing a bunch of my family if we were the bigger team. But anyway, so you have the kid in the backfield that is the track star. You know what he wants to do. You know he wants to get to that edge. What do you do to be able to this was the best part of it, I thought. You were able to contain him and yet be aware of that air attack that you knew was going to be at least tried to come during the game.
So we made a check. It was called a quad check when they went in quads, and we've got some dogs on this team. But when they went that quad check with 1 or 3 in the backfield, they were running the football to that side. They did bite us backside. We had Crip, Santizo, and Soto sitting on the backside, those 3. But the strong side to that quad side, it was Donnell, it was Keegan Taylor, it was Frazier, and it was Midget, and then Redmond. And at the end of the day, that's where the game's going to lie. And it was, hey, it's man on man. You read run, let's come up and attack it. And we got burnt with a pass early. We made some adjustments there. That was on me. I had a miscue. Had a guy covering that I shouldn't have had covering. But at the end of the day, it was, hey, we got to attack the football. So we messed up some few things for sure. But the way we play middle school football here is it's man on man. You dominate your guy, and if we do that 11 on 11, we'll be fine.
Coaches, we're going to let you get out of the picture here for a moment and go rest and get some sleep, get caught up, and I'm sure you'll be ready to start looking at next season before you know it. And congratulations, guys. A lot of hard work, and we're just so happy and proud for the Saints this year. And thank you for joining us again this morning.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, Coach Justin and Coach Hunter Poteet joining us, and we're going to rotate and bring a couple of our players in. We got to Reed Midget and William Soto coming up to the microphones, and guys, I know you've got to be very excited. All right, this is going to be my only question, and I'm going to let y'all talk to the players, but I want to talk about this. William Soto, second down and goal in the 4th overtime. You come racing into the backfield like a madman and tackle number 1 for about an 11-yard loss. And me and Coach thought you was going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty based on what we'd seen all night long. But walk us through that play, man, because that was about the most excited I'd been the entire night. And we had a lot of exciting moments.
Well, I seen him run to the quad side, I think. And he turned around. I looked at him and was like, ooh, I tried to keep up with him because he's like, he's fast. Yeah. And I just got a hold of him and I brought him down with me.
It looked like he just ran right back to you. I mean, because he cut and he come back and it was like you were just right there waiting for him.
Yeah, I was.
What was that feeling like for you? Because I know you showed the emotion on the field, but you just made a big play in the 4th overtime. You had the lead. Do you feel like the game was – did you feel like, okay, we've got this thing won now, or how did you kind of respond to that?
I was like, we just got 2 more plays to go and we win the whole thing. It just felt good getting a sack. And
just exciting.
It was exciting.
All right. Coach?
Reed, what was your preparation mentally going into this ball game against Avery Trace that were super-powered middle school football team?
I was just trying to – I knew they were all fast, really athletic, so I was just trying to keep the outside. But knowing I have William, he can kind of inside. He can go with anybody.
The adrenaline as the game began to the adrenaline as the game finishes, ebb and flow, describe what it was like for you throughout the ball game.
At first, I got really scared because I got that big touchdown. But then I knew when we drove on him, got the 10 and Gavin fumble. But I knew we could do it because it just showed right there.
You only had a few touches offensively, but talk about some of those carries that you had.
I thought I had a pretty powerful run in the end. I had that touchdown. And the one that got called back, I was pretty sad about that one. But I feel like I did pretty good.
Inside linebacker, primarily what did Coach Justin have you keen on? Is that something that changed, or has it been constant throughout the season?
It's mostly just been running back, quarterback up the middle, knowing I have two great guys outside keeping it contained.
William, the offensive line did a great job, as you've done all season long.
Oh, yes.
What leverage, what advantage do you think as a group that y'all had going in playing Avery Trace?
Just knowing we're better, bigger. Not bigger, I mean just better than them. We got a good O-line coach, Coach Hell. I mean, he helped us a lot. I mean, we just blocked to the whistle a little bit after.
Just say you didn't hear it. I didn't hear.
It was raining hard. You can't hear all the whistles out there.
Defensively, you made several plays, and a couple of times, and in one in particular, we kind of got our attention and thought, well, the way things are going, we're going to get a flag. But you really demonstrated emotion and the excitement about making a good play. And where does that come from? Well, it fires us up. I know it probably fires your teammates up as well. And guys, both of y'all had a great season, and you've capped it off with the championship trophy. And cannot wait to see what y'all do in high school.
I just want to see Casey interview Reed.
Yeah, I actually.
He did that on the way home.
Yeah, I did mine on the way home. That's right. Yeah, I do. My question would simply be this: you had a great season. You went undefeated. I think there was less than 40 points scored on you all season long. How much credit do you give to the home PA announcer for your all of your victories this year?
He does a good job.
Except when he calls out that midget boy's name, and it says all of a sudden gets so sad sounding. Oh, guys, we appreciate you coming out. Congratulations on winning the championship, and y'all have had a special season. Are you looking forward to high school ball?
Definitely.
All right, so we're going to see you for 4 more years at the high school. We wish you the best. Reed Midget, William Soto. We're going to bring 2 more of our Saints in. Guys, we'll let you go and bring 2 more of our players. Well, what we got? Okay, our next 2 are coming up. And I believe we got 3 more. We'll try to figure out how to squeeze all 3 of them in so we won't have somebody flying solo here. Good morning, fellas. How's it feel to be conference champions? Good?
Sure.
Pull that mic up just a little bit. We can hear you a little bit better. So who we got with us here?
Rocky Cancel. Keegan Taylor.
All right. Guys, Rocky, I know you had a couple big defensive plays and went back and watched some of the game last night. What were some things you were looking for from Avery Trace, knowing the kind of athleticism they had? What were some things that you were particularly watching out for?
I know that they ran a lot of corner routes and dogs, and so I was trying to stay outside so they went in there fast. So if they catch the ball,
So it was a priority to neutralize the edge. You couldn't let them to the edge, and that was something you were particularly watching for, correct?
Yes, sir.
Keegan, they like to throw the ball around a lot, and they put it in the air. I counted 24 times the other night. Was that something you all were very aware of coming in, that they're going to put the ball in the air?
Yes, sir.
Do you think the rain kind of affected their ability to pass a little bit?
A little bit, because it's a little slick throwing the ball, catching it.
Now, from an offensive perspective, though, you're on the other side. I know we didn't throw the ball around a lot, but just holding on to it, how difficult did the rain make it the other night for either of you?
It's pretty hard.
Pretty rough?
I could have had a pick, and I slipped out of my hands.
When the 4th down pass falls incomplete in the 4th overtime, and how long did it take you to realize you were the conference champions? I mean, was it like instant kind of euphoria, or did it just kind of take a little time to sink in that you'd won the championship?
It hit instant.
Yeah. Instantly?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I can remember Keegan, number 7, correct?
Yeah.
He had a huge, I don't know what you call it. No, he did. But no, they're in one of the overtimes, because I was like hanging out the window trying to video. Another kid was bigger than him, and he kind of like took him out low, and somebody else came in. I think Colin came in and helped tackle too. But him making that play, did you realize that was going to be that big of a play? Because I think it was in the fourth overtime, maybe second or third down.
Yep. I remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him go diving.
Yeah.
And he took the kid down. I think Colin helped take him down. Did you realize that was that big of a play?
No, not really. I didn't know that.
You just trying to figure out any way to take him down?
Yeah.
I tell you what was really neat was to watch you guys, both of you, Colin, that secondary. You really hadn't had a chance to show what you can do this year. And, you go up against Avery Trace, who all they want to do is throw the ball. They're successful the first half, we'll say, and the second half, all their completions came in the first half, or pretty much all of them. What adjustments did y'all make, if any? You guys were in on every tackle just about once, even when they were the running back was getting into the secondary some. You guys were in on every place. What adjustments did y'all make in the second half to slow them down? Man on man?
Yes, sir.
Watch the slants.
Well, it was very impressive to watch because you made that team essentially flop from what it really was designed to do. It went from a passing team to a running team, and you guys, in my eyes, you and Colin were the reason for that. So,
guys, this is for both, and we'll take it just kind of one at a time. Start with Keegan. What was your most memorable moment from Thursday night?
Probably just winning.
Just winning, no particular play and all, but just that final whistle and knowing that y'all had won.
Sure.
Rocky, what about you?
Probably like a lot of plays in the fourth overtime where they kept on throwing the ball and not completions.
I like it.
All right. Well, guys, how's it feel to be champions?
Feels good.
All right. Is it worn off yet? Is that feeling worn off?
Yes, sir.
I got a question I want to know. School got called off Friday. Were you sad about that because you wanted to come in and be the champions and everybody recognize that, or were you happy to have the day off?
I was happy.
It'll wait till Monday.
It'll wait till Monday. Let all that build up over the weekend, and then you come in and everybody be happy for you. Guys, congratulations to you, and we look forward to seeing you on the high school level next year.
Thank you.
All right, Keegan Taylor and Rocky Cantrell joining us here, and we got 3 more guys we're going to bring over here and wrap up our Super Saints interviews this morning. Our Saints champions of the Upper Cumberland Conference, 10-0 this year as they knocked off Avery Trace 26-18 in 4 overtimes. If you missed the game, shame on you. But you can go to our Blitz YouTube page and go to live events. We do still have the video of that archived. You can go back and watch what was a very exciting game. Just throw those headsets on, guys, and we'll talk to you a little bit. So, what's that? Okay, yeah, we'll. Coach is going to run off here, but guys, how does it feel this morning to know that you had an undefeated season and you're champions of the conference?
It feels good.
At what point did you feel like, hey, we can beat these guys? I mean, did you go in with that mindset all along, or was there a point in the game where you just like, hey, we're better than these guys?
Yeah, you always got to come in like no one's unbeatable. Everybody's beatable, so that's how we just played them.
Did you feel like an underdog going into the game?
Yeah, everybody had Avery Trace winning, and that's not what we had in our mind.
Coach Poteet said something about, you're going to have to run through us to beat us. Has that been the mentality all season long?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No one just comes in and beats us just normally. They got to fight hard just like we did.
Casey, I'm going to turn you loose here, and I know you've watched this team all throughout the season, so you've seen from the very first moments all the way through the end of the championship.
That offensive line, to me, it has been the biggest improvement from the first game to the last game. It's like the first game you could tell that you guys were figuring it out and you were trying to, get the pieces set right and figuring out what kind of identity you were going to have, and you got better every single week. Boys, tell me what was the mindset for that line this year?
A lot of work, putting in practice. Just ready to go.
Just like when you're on the field and you identify what guy you have to block, you just go and you just block him and give a hole for the running backs and the quarterback.
It just seemed like you guys took it personal this year, that you decided at some point we're gonna make sure our running backs and our quarterback doesn't get touched this year. Colin, was you able to move when you got home Thursday night? I tell you, I'll be honest. As a pure fan, you scare me to death. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like you're gonna get broken half sometimes when you're running. Talk to me. How tough of a kid are you to be able to take all that beating that you do?
You got to play football. You're going to get hit. Everybody's going to get hit. So, my adrenaline is too high. I don't really feel anything while I'm in the game. So
He's the younger brother. He's used to it.
So is that what it is? You've just been beat on for that long, so it's just another day?
Yeah, that's all that happens.
Really, you are if you think about the quarterback position in today's world, you think about a guy that goes out there and he throws for 300 yards, 3 or 4 touchdowns, and maybe runs a little. You are the exact opposite of that. Not that you can't throw. In fact, I feel like you've gotten a lot better at throwing the ball during the season. But it's just like you seek out that pain to go run over someone. You have a very uncanny ability to find a hole where there might not be a hole. Talk to me about what goes through your mind when your number is called and you know that it's on you to either get the first down or pick up some big yardage there.
I got to trust my O-line, and I have been. It's been working all season. My O-line is very good, and wherever the hole is, I hit it up, and if it's not, I bounce it outside.
Defensively, you played probably your best game in my mind. Not that you've played bad. It's just you really stood out. You had a chance to stand out because the ball was back in the secondary a lot. What did you see back there out of Avery Trace? And was it what you thought it would be going into the game?
So I knew they were going to throw it. Coach has been talking about it. Their quarterback can throw, but I wasn't letting them score on me. At least not on me. I didn't want to take that blame of me getting scored on to end the game or something.
Boys, all three of you, did any point in the game did you ever have the thought cross your mind, maybe we should have worked on a kicker at some point in the year? How handy would it have been? You get into overtime. First, the thrill of making it a tie game through the fourth quarter. How many times were you inside the 5-yard line and turned them away for
Absolutely.
One thing?
Yeah.
And that was demoralizing to him. You could tell every time that you guys were able to have a goal line stand that it took something out of them. But you get into the first, then the second, then the third, then the fourth overtime. What are you guys thinking? Is your confidence building each time? Do you have ups and downs, or do you think are you worried about anything?
I was just thinking let's win this thing. It was very long. It felt like it was a long time. It was all the adrenaline too. I didn't really feel most of it, but later I was really sore.
Yep. Did you feel more confident when you had the ball first in overtime, or when you were playing defense first?
I think I was more confident when we had the ball first. Our defense was playing lockdown in the red zone.
So Reed's touchdown gets called back, and that was they just snapped it right to Reed, correct? That time that got called back.
The Phantom, illegal
shift. Yeah.
So I saw that Reed's emotion. He was hitting the turf, and I saw you jump up and down, and you were mad. How after that play, when Coach gives you another play to run, and you saw how easily Reed got in there, did that give you all the confidence that you were going to score because you saw that it was that easy? I don't know what you probably know what the next play was called.
Pass to Gavin, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then but there was another one, wasn't that we ran it? I mean, like
there's so many overtimes, it's hard to keep up with all this.
There was once we went, and then I was like, well, why didn't we just run that play the last time? Because he just ran right in. But how was your confidence? Were you trusting in what your coach was calling? Because you just ran a run play, and it went right in, and then you had a pass that didn't. Somebody went the wrong way. What was your thoughts on that?
I would have felt good if we ran it that way. At the same time, our O-line, they were pumped up, and they were just getting a push every time. So if we would have ran at the same time, I would have done it too.
You didn't want to tell Coach, hey, I think we need to run this play. Do you have that liberty, or do you just nope? That's Coach Poteet. I'm not gonna say nothing.
Well, I kind of did. I told him to give me the ball.
Hey, that's what you want. You want that athlete saying, "Give me the ball."
Well, we have and we don't have it with us this morning, but as we've rewarded a couple this morning already, the Good Health Family Clinic Student Athlete of the Week. We had 5 nominees this week. In fact, it was such a popular poll this week, they broke 3 of them on Facebook with the votes. But after it was all said and done, this week's winner is Saints quarterback Colin Donnell. So, Colin, we'll be getting you a plaque in recognition of being named Student Athlete of the Week. Congratulations. And now, that was for the semifinal win. And look at these crazy numbers he put up. Our unofficial count had you 22 carries, 186 yards, a rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown also in the football game. There was a time that I think I made the comment in the fourth overtime. This defense had carried this team throughout the season. Really it shut out 5 opponents along the way. I almost felt like you were saying, hey, guys, you know what? You've carried me all year. I'm going to carry us to a championship. Did you have that mentality, especially during those overtime sessions?
Our defense works very hard to get the stop, so I feel like our offense has to drive down the field and score the touchdown for our defense to get another stop and just keep on pounding it.
Man, y'all have had a super season, Casey.
When I was standing there as the fourth quarter ended, I can't remember who was standing there, but I told them if we get the ball, if they get the ball first, we're going to win this game. And little did I know it was actually going to happen 4 overtimes later. But no one has been able to consistently stop you guys 10 yards anytime all season. You have too many weapons. You have an offensive line that gets madder as the game goes on, it seems like. And you just felt like, especially when you had that listen, I would have bet the deed to my house you guys would have won that thing in the first overtime when you had that first stop there on defense. But as the overtimes progressed, it seemed like Avery Trace may have gotten more tired, and you guys just got madder, it seemed like. Is that kind of what you saw as well?
Well, I see, like, during halftime, we was out there in the rain, they was out there in the hot, and we thought they didn't want it, so we just came out fired and pumped up to play the football game and win it all.
I was going to ask that. They did go into the some facility that Avery Trace did. You guys chose to sit out in the rain. I don't know if you were even given the option, but did that come up in any conversations that you were having?
Well, Coach Poteet, he won't let us in. He'll make us stay out there in the rain. So
that makes you tougher.
We was used to the rain.
Y'all were ready for it. Y'all didn't go in and get cooled off. Y'all were right out there in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the first person you looked for after you won?
The first person after we won, I went up to Coach Poteet, and then whenever we broke down, I went up to my parents.
Did you hug your mama and give her a hug and a kiss?
I hugged both of them.
You better love on your mama. She lets you play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, are you excited about playing high school ball?
Sure.
What do you think this great group of 8th graders is going to offer the high school team right away? What do you feel like that you're going to be able to contribute right away?
I don't really know.
When you go in, what do you want to contribute? I guess as you go in. Of course, as a freshman, you're going to have to work hard and earn some time. But just if you could go in and say, "Hey, I want to make this impact today," what would it be?
Just to show that I'm here to play. Yeah.
Same thing, guys?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. Guys, congratulations. What a season. What a game the other night. Again, it stands out right at the top of my list of football games that I both watched and had a joy to call on air. So we appreciate you and all the hard work you guys have put in this season. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody got anything else? We're going to wrap this thing up. It's been a long show today. We knew it was going to be, but we thank so much all of our guests for coming out this morning. Casey, thank you, of course, for being here and being part of the show. Daniel Leslie, our producer, we appreciate that. To Justin Noakes and members of the Saints, ladies Saints soccer team, we appreciate them coming out and wish them the best as their postseason gets started. Coach Jennifer Sykes and members of her cheer squad. Chloe Boyd, she's going to play in the region tournament with her Lady Tiger golf team tomorrow. And you guys, y'all play basketball too? Any of you? None of you? Okay, well, basketball season will be starting soon for the Saints and for the West School Bulldogs as well. So we got a lot of that on the horizon. All right, we're done. For Casey, for Coach, for Kelly, I'm Tom. We'll see you next week here on DC Blitz, presented by DeKalb County Insurance.